Hi, I'm Paul Weagraff with the Division of the Arts. I'm assuming because you clicked on the link to look at this video, you're interested in perhaps applying for an Arts Stabilization grant. I just want to take a couple minutes to help walk you through the application so that you can see how it works and see where all the guidelines are. First, let me start sharing my screen. And here we go. There. This is our home page, our website. You can see arts.delaware.gov. If you go to the grants, the drop-down, select grants for arts organizations, then you will see Arts Stabilization Fund link below here. If you click on that, it will expand. And then you see here the eligibility requirements for applying. There's a tab here for the guidelines. I would encourage you to click this link here, which opens up the stabilization guidelines. You can read through those. It provides details on the program itself. Also, there's a tab here back on our website for the deadline and applications, grantee requirements, and so on. Now to the application itself. That is on our smartde.smartsimple.com site. What you do is you go in here and log in. If you don't have an account already, you would have to register in the system. You would follow this. You would select nonprofit arts organization, acknowledge, submit, and then you can search for your name in the IRS database by using your legal name here. So for example, I'm going to just take one of our existing, oh, you might not be able to see that. In any case, just click on the link, search IRS database, search for your organization, select it, and then it will plop it in here. Once you've done that, then you have the record. You can then go back to your site here and log in. Now I have an organization already set up, so I'm going to log in. If you have forgotten your password or you need one, just click Forgot Password and there'll be a link there'll be a site you can go to request the password, and you'll get an email with the link to set up a new password. Now I'm going to use the one I have in the system. I log in, you'll come to your portal, and here you'll see a number of opportunities. If you've submitted applications in the past, you'll have some numbers here. I don't. This is my first application ever. So I'm going to go to opportunities, and then you'll see Arts Stabilization as one of the options. I'm going to click Apply Now, and then you'll see here's another place where you can access the guidelines by downloading a PDF. You can also look at a scoring rubrics that are available that the panelists will use to evaluate your application, as well as grants for tip writing. I will say this for Arts Stabilization, I strongly encourage you to contact me at the division to review with me the nature of your project. I can help you determine its eligibility and also how to refine the scope of the project so that it is going to be reviewed favorably by a panel. Now, once you're on this site, the first thing you want to do is go to the bottom of the page where I am down here and click Save Draft. That will pre-populate all of your organizational information, as you can see here, as well as your contact information. From here on in, just follow all the tabs along the top here: organization profile, project information, financial support materials, and statement of assurances. Just go one tab at a time. You can navigate back and forth. You can jump around. I would encourage you to frequently save your work under Save Draft, just to make sure you don't lose anything. Now, as you fill out the organization profile tab, like I said, it will pre-populate your information, but it will ask for the name of your organization director if it's different from you. If it is, click yes, and then you'll see a bunch of drop downs here where you can fill in your organization director information. If it's the same as if the preparer is the organization director, just leave it as no. You need to include the name of the board chair if it's different from the organization director or the preparer. And if you don't fill in any name for either the organization director or board chair, you must fill in an alternate contact. Every application submitted to us has to have two different names associated with the application. Just in case we need to reach out, there's always a backup person on the application. Once you've completed that tab, click Save Draft, go to Project Information, and then start filling out that information. Who's the name of the project director? If it's different from the organization, again, you'll get a drop down with those fields. If not, just click No. Give it a project title. Make it short. This actually appears in reports that we generate, so we don't want sentences and sentences, just a couple word title for the project. For example, roof replacement, floor replacement, replace HVAC system, whatever. When your project date would begin, it can't be before September 1 of the year in which you're applying. And then an end date must be no later than August 31st of the following year. So the project has to fit within that 1 year time frame. Then project overview, just a sentence or two, really succinctly identifying the what, where, when, who of the project. Then here's where you get to go into more detail. A detailed description of the project or work to be done, including, and this is important, a timeline for the project. And then what aspects of our criteria does your project address? Does it address safety, accessibility, or delivery of services? Who is the vendor that you're selecting? And you have to have at least 2 vendors bids, which I'll get to when we get to the financial and support materials page. What vendor are you going with? Why are you going with them? Why did you select them? And then a brief discussion about how your organization does long-range planning for your facility. Once you've filled out that, you save the draft, go on to the financial tab. Here's where you would upload a project budget. You simply click on that. I'll show that again. Click on the upload button for your project button, and notice we ask you to name the file a specific way so that we can identify your project budget with your project. You would upload, you would navigate to your local desktop. You would then go somewhere to find a PDF document. I might have a couple on my desktop. Let's see if I do. I don't. And again, it must be, there we go, there's a budget, okay. So I select it and I upload it. You can see when it's uploaded if you see it there. Once it's uploaded, you close it, and then you can verify that it's there by seeing the name there. Whatever you have identified on your budget as the total expenses of the project, you should take that number off your uploaded budget and put it under the proposed total expenses. Here you would put your grant request. We don't fund anything in excess of $20,000, so you can put a request for $100,000 in there. You're not going to get it. Just make sure your request is $20,000 or less. Also, if you have not applied for general operating support and uploaded an IRS 990, your most recent one, on that application, you need to upload it here. Again, same process. You would click the upload button, click the browse button, navigate to your computer, find the file, select it, and upload it. And then you see it there. I'm just picking up any old documents here. Then once you've completed that page, again, save draft. Then you go on to the support materials. Now here's where you upload the bids from your vendors. You must have at least two competitive bids for your project, and this is where you would upload them, bid 1 and bid 2. At least have the bid that you are going with, and you'll upload it same way. Click the browse button, upload something. And there it is. Again, these must be in PDF format too. And then a second bid. If you have more than 2 bids, that's great, but we only require 2. So I'm uploading a couple. And then you close that out. So there's my 2 bids in place. Any question on the application that has a red asterisk is required. You must either upload a document or provide information. Photo documentation is required, and that would be pictures of the area that needs remedy. And again, this will show you what kind of files are accepted. Any kind of video file or image file is accepted, JPEGs, GIFs, PNGs, as well as your image files, or I'm sorry, your video files or audio files. Those would be less common, but those would be the acceptable formats. And I'll show you what happens if you try to upload something that doesn't comply with one of those formats. I'm going to try uploading a PDF. Now, before I was just clicking it, you can also drag it, and you'll see here, I get an error message. That means it's an improper format. So you would just have to go back and select a format that works. Okay. I'm going to close that out for now. So you need the photo documentation. Facilities management plan is optional, but if you have one for your organization, our panels look very favorably on that because it shows that you're doing long-range planning for maintaining your facility. If you don't own your building, you must have a long-term lease with the land, the owner of the building, and you must attach that. There are times when we deny an application to someone who is renting a building because the lease is due to expire within the next year or so. But if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. At any time, if you have a question about the application, you see this little note feature in the upper left-hand corner. If you click on that, add a note, you'll see it says note to DDOA. You can ask your question. Does the uploaded budget address what you need to know? And then if you click save, I will get an email with that question in it, and then I can respond to you through this same note feature, and you'll get an email saying you got a response to your note, log into your account. This way, all the communications about your grant are included with the application. It keeps everything together. Now I'm going to go back to my main grant here by just clicking main here, and it takes me back to where I was. After your long-term lease, again, if you've not applied for general operating support, you need to upload your board list here, and this gives you the format structure of the board list that we need. Once all of that's done, and again, you can reach out to me at any time with questions, then you click the statement of assurances. This also becomes your contract if you are awarded a grant. So it's important for you to read through this. It tells you what your obligations are as the recipient of these funds. Some of them are obligations prescribed by the state of Delaware. Some are prescribed by the National Endowment for the Arts. It includes your responsibilities for crediting us for the grant and so on. Read through it. You have to click this box at the bottom or you won't be able to submit your application. Once you've done that, once all of your tabs are completed, your profile tab, your project information tab, your financial tab, support materials are all uploaded as required, and you've checked the statement of assurances, then I would encourage you to save it as such. And then you'll be ready to submit it. At any time, you can click this button here, PDF of form, and it will give you, it will generate for you a PDF copy of your full application. You can do it during the process to review it if you like, or you can wait until you've submitted the application. And what will happen, I'm going to click this and you'll see I haven't completed all the fields. If you're missing something in your application, it will tell you what you're missing. I never uploaded the board chair. I don't have 2 contacts. I don't have a project begin and end date. This is missing information. So I have to go back and take care of these different missing pieces. Once all that's taken care of, and you click Save Draft and Submit, then you'll be able to submit the application. And then on this home page, there'll be a little statement that says, congratulations, you've successfully submitted your application. You will also receive an email that says you've submitted your application, and attached to that email will be this PDF printout of your full application. And that's good to keep saved in a file somewhere, just so you have a backup copy of the application. You can log into SmartDE at any time to see the status of your application. Now, once you've submitted it and you come back to your home page, let me do that. You see right now it says application in progress. Once I've submitted the application, that number will jump over to here, and you'll have on your home page a submitted application. Once we've reviewed it and approved it, the number 1 will jump over to here, and you'll see that you have an approved or declined application. That's where the final status of your application will reside. So I think that pretty much covers, in a very quick way, the application itself. Again, if you're working on the application and you have to leave and you haven't finished it yet, just save it, log out. When you come back, this is what you'll see. You'll see application in progress. Click on that. It'll bring you back to this. This is the application we were just working on. I open it, and there it is, ready for me to continue working on. So you won't lose your work. You don't have to do it all at one sitting. You can save it and come back to it. And then when it's all done, submit. But again, I encourage you with the Arts Stabilization Grant to reach out to me first at paul.wegraf@delaware.gov. My email is also on our website, arts.delaware.gov. Or you can send me a note. And I can respond to you. But I would encourage you to check with me first on the nature of your project to make sure it qualifies for this category, so that you don't take time doing an application for a project that we're not going to be able to consider anyway. And then throughout the application process, you can use the note feature to reach out to me. We're working remotely a lot due to COVID, so this is the best way to reach me rather than by phone anyway. So I think that pretty much covers it. So at this point, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to thank you for joining me today, and hope this is helpful in you going through the Arts Stabilization application.